The day I left was really, really bad. I was like crying the whole duration until I reached Canada. The whole flight, I was crying.
When we talk about immigrants and numbers, we stop seeing people. But when we put faces to the stories, we can finally feel.
So, what was happening in your life in India that made you decide to move to Canada?
So the thing is, like, there are a lot of things, I would say, like thousands of things to just move out of India. And the greatest reason was my dad. Like, he used to visit a lot of countries. So whenever he go there and he will come home and tell us like how great it is there, how beautiful it is, how clean it is, and how the law is like so good. Like, there's one thing that my dad really hates about India, that the traffic system, like how there is like when the vehicles are moving, so there is no space in the middle, right? They will just like go on top of each other. Like, it's so chaotic there. So like my dad used to get really frustrated about it. And when he went to like different countries and then he saw like how systematic everything is in there, so he used to like appreciate that thing a lot, like how there is so much gap in between two vehicles and like how properly everyone is driving. And accidents are not that common in foreign countries as compared to India because, again, because they follow the law here, right? And how the road crossing is like so, like, how would I say? It's really easy here. How to cross, if you want to cross the road, it's like so easy here. But in India, like, you have to go in the middle of the vehicles. So it gets so
Uh,
frustrating and it looks like so risky as well. So, like, he used to tell all the great things about that. So like me and my sister both were getting that exposure from him. And we just used to think like how to just get out of here. We were like all
right.
the time like planning to like do something so that we can get out of there as soon as possible. This is like one of the reasons. Another reason was like how, like the society, Indian society is like very conservative. Like, you cannot wear what you want to wear. If you are wearing clothes like that is a little bit short or like revealing, then everybody will like judge you. They will look at you, make comments. But in foreign countries, you don't get to do that, right? Like, you're so free. You can wear whatever you want to wear. Like, nobody's gonna say anything to you. Also, like in India, I think rape cases are increasing day by day. And I never felt really safe there. As a woman, I always felt like, oh, something can happen to me. I need to go home by time, right? Like, before it gets dark, I need to go home. And even if I am going out alone, which my father like never let me do it ever, because even he was scared. He never let me go out ever if I am like alone. He was always assisting me like everywhere. So that's one thing. Like, here I feel really safe. Like, that thing is not really common as compared to India here. I can go out whenever I want. And like when I was living in residential area before, I used to like walk at night, even when it was dark. Like, I never felt like unsafe. That was another reason. Also, the like my mindset, it doesn't really match with the people there, like most of the people. So I just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. But yeah, like I feel like here is more freedom. Like, I can do whatever I want.
Right. Look, I never been in India, but I watch documentaries, right? And some of the stuff that you're saying is what I saw on documentaries, right? But I never heard that from someone from India. So evidently, for what you're telling me, there's true in it, right? I do agree. I know the traffic. I know what you're saying about the
Mhm.
traffic because I watch videos and I can imagine driving over there. There's no room. I can see. I can see what you're talking about. Yes, it's just very chaotic, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that those are the reason why you left. But I'm happy that you made that move and you were able to do it. I'm assuming not everybody's able to leave India when they want to. some people make it happen, some people not. Well, that's good that you make that step and you're feeling safe right now. So my next question is, why Canada? Why do you choose Canada?
Okay, so that one of the major reasons was that I am in a creative field. So I am a graphic designer, video editor. So I wanted to pursue my higher studies here, and Canada is among the top three countries. Like first was US, second was Canada, and the third one was Australia. So USA is like really, like it's really, really expensive, and Canada is like more affordable as compared to that. And another major reason is like racism doesn't happen in Canada as much as even like in USA. So I was thinking about that too. Also, crime rate, you know that it's higher as compared to here. And another reason was like major reason was my creative field. And it's easy to get PR here again. So I was just checking, like even though like US was my first priority always, but I still choose Canada for like these because of these reasons.
That's interesting. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Canada is a lot more immigration friendly, right, than the U.S. And as you see right now, everything is chaotic. So in the U.S. now, and I think you made the right choice going to Canada. So when you left India, was that your first time leaving the country and
Yeah.
flying and all that?
Yes,
So do you
actually,
remember? Can you share the experience? Do you have that visual memory of what it was just leaving and going to an airport for the first time?
I know, like, actually, that day was the hardest and the lowest day of my life, the day I left, because I am a girl, like, who has never left even her city ever. Like, I am from Jaipur and I was always there for my whole life. I never got out of that city. So forget about country. I didn't even went out of my city. So that was a
Uh,
huge move for me. And like my dad used to keep me like a princess. So I don't know anything about outside world. I never do like groceries about like with by myself. And I don't know anything
uh,
how the outer, like how the world works, like all the daily things he used to do it all of these things on his own. So he was really scared that how will I manage? Because when like when this thing came, like when I asked him, like I want to go abroad, he was like he wanted to send me, but in one thing he was like so scared and how will I manage? Because I have never done anything by myself, not even
right.
groceries, not banking stuff, anything. I didn't even use like public transport ever. So he was like so scared, like, how will I manage? Because I don't know anything, right? So I had to like pursue him with that, like, okay, I'll manage. Because I just believe this thing when you feel like you are pressurized, like for here, I think like nobody's coming to help me. I am on my own. So I have to figure it out by myself, right? I know, like, when you feel that pressure that there is nobody who can help you, then you will figure it out eventually. So
Right.
that's what I told him too. Like, there's not gonna be someone who's gonna help me. So of course I'll figure it out. But he was still like scared and all anxious and everything. And that was the thing. So the day I left was really, really bad. I don't even want to remember
Uh,
it. I was like crying the whole duration until I like reached Canada, and I am really, really close to my family. So we are like a small family. So it was really
right.
hard to leave them. And I'm 29 now. So until 20, it was 26 when I left. So until 26 years, I have been with them all the time. I have a sister. So with her too, like we are like soulmates all the time doing all the things together. And we really have close
Mhm.
bond. So this decision was the biggest and the bravest decision of life to leave them. And I
Wow.
was like so scared and I was like, I was going back and forth. Should I go back? Because it was so hard. I was like not able to bear this thought. Like I have to stay without them. The whole flight, I was crying. And I remember I had some hallucinations. Like my mom is calling me. There's my dad. Like I was having
Wow.
hallucinations too.
Wow.
So
That was when you were on the way to the airport or when you
on
were
the flight.
wow
I
on the
was
flight.
sleeping.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, that time was like, I don't think I can do it. I was like thinking, like, I don't think I will be able to survive without them. And at the end, when I reached the airport, like the Toronto airport, I called them and I said, like, I am coming home. I cannot stay here. I didn't even
Right.
stay one day. Just reached the airport and I was like about to give up literally. But my family really pressurized me like a lot. Like, no, 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 you are already there. You have to stay. Like, I think I talked to them for over an hour because they were just trying to pursue me. Like,
Right.
just go, 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 go. Just
Right.
stay there. So yeah,
Well,
that was the
look,
time.
my brain is all over the place because, I'm holding tie on my chair because I'm a dad, right? And I understand how your dad felt. I also understand how your mom, the entire family felt. But I gotta say, there's something about you because I saw you on this on your channel. Something about you that, and I'm not saying this um, just to make you feel better. There's something magical about you. I don't know why. Something you don't feel. I feel it. I can felt it when I saw you. I invite you to the podcast. I want to talk to her. And you talking to me, the way you telling me how you make that step that most people are afraid of. You even hallucinated. You even thinking about coming back and forth, but you did it, being so young, without your family. That is a huge step. I'm an immigrant, and anybody that been around me, immigrants, know that it's not easy to make a step like that. It's not easy to go to another country by yourself, especially you're a woman, right? So I congratulate you on that. I'm sure your family is very proud of you. Very, very
Thank
proud
you
of
so
you.
much.
I can see it. I can see you have great energy. I'm enjoying this podcast. Their story is amazing. So I'm gonna have more questions about a lot of things, right? Can you tell me who was Anchal? I'm saying it right, Angel.
And
Before leave India, who was Angel? Who is she today?
there's a huge difference. Like, I am completely different girl right now because just like I mentioned before, I have never done groceries, banking stuff, never used public transport. I don't know what is like, I didn't even know what currency is that much because everything was done, like 100% of the work was done by my parents. They never let me do anything. So it was like the actual that was in India was like timid, insecure, not confident, and very, very naive. Doesn't know how outer world really works. How do I say more? So like completely, completely like a child. I was a child who just got out of the womb. I was like that.
Right,
Know nothing
right.
about the world. But now I am like completely different person because of all the struggles I have been like feeling here. I think I have become a completely different person. Like I am confident. My communication skills are so much better. I remember when I came here at first, my mind was in buffering mode. I couldn't even understand what people are saying here. Even though
Right.
I had like good exposure of English things, my family is kind of modern. So we grew up watching like English shows, listening to English songs. So
Hmm.
that's how I got that like, fluency in English. But still, watching TV and then going into a real world, it's like kind of different. So I couldn't even understand what's going on in here, like all those kind of things. So now I know everything. I can travel by myself. I can use subway properly. I can share you an incident. When I just came here because I am from Jaipur, we don't have like at that time we didn't have metro there, like the subway. So I didn't know how to use it, and I had to go somewhere. I think it was my first week when I just landed here. So I need to use the public transport. Like I also used Google Maps, used the bus. I was dropped to subway station after that. And I was completely clueless. What is that? It was like so dark and it was like a tunnel inside. And I was like, what the heck is that? Like, where do I go? Like, my heart
Right.
was completely panicked, literally. And I was like, I don't know how to go, where to go. I tried checking Google Maps again. I couldn't understand. I was completely panicked and my brain was like freeze. It was like frozen. I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. And I was so scared to ask for help as well because it was my first few days. I was like, I was so awkward. Like I didn't even ask anybody for help. So I was like so panicked that time. So I just thought like I tried to think like what's going on, where should I go, what line, like what is line one, what is line two, what is the green line? I didn't even know the directions. I was like
Oh,
completely curious. And then I was like, I need to go home. Now I don't even know how to go home, you know? I was like
Right.
so my brain was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then I called Uber and the Uber driver came and I don't know where he came. I was like, now how to find him? Because I was lost inside the tunnel. I couldn't even know how to like get out of it. But somehow I got out of it. I saw the Uber guy. Like I was struggling to even find the Uber guy. And after I found him, I just went home and I cried a lot. I was thinking, girl, you cannot use a public transport. How will you survive in this world? I was like being
Right.
so hard on myself that day. But I was like, you know what? I have to figure it out by myself. Anyway, so I dressed up and I went again. I was like, let's try again. So I went out
Right.
again, and the same thing happened actually. All the same things. I again booked Uber. I again went home. I wasted a lot of money in Uber as well. And I was like, at one time, I was like, I don't know how will I survive. I cannot even a public transport. I'm gonna like survive. Like I'm gonna do all the things by myself. So that day was really bad. I was just crying and like saying bad things to myself. Like I was like, what the heck, girl? But next day I tried again. This was my third time trying. And I did it. I asked for help. Everybody helped me. Like so everybody is like so nice. Like you just need to ask. That's it. So I asked them
Right.
and they explained me like how these things work. And I finally went to the station where I wanted to go. And then I was like, okay, I did it. Now I can go even out of Toronto by myself. I am not like scared or I know how it works now. But that time, oh my God, it was like right now I'm feeling like right now it doesn't really feel that big now. But that time I was like my world just collapsed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, we talk about, have you heard the term reverse culture, right? So if I go from here to India, we probably struggle just like you struggle coming here, right? It's supposed to be easier here because everything is organized. But if you're not understand the system, you're lost. You have to learn it. Either easy or not, you have to learn it. So now that you've been 3 years in Canada and you adapted to the Canada life, when you go back to India, it's gonna be hard for you because now you're gonna go, like, man, you gotta complain about everything. I mean,
Yeah,
I went
exactly.
through that. Went back to Argentina, and that reverse culture is real, right? You get used to the good, and then it's hard to go back. But what happened to you is normal. Is I mean, you were doing the same thing and learning the same thing all your life. You were used to something, whether it was bad or good. That's what you know. And most people rather stay in what you know than unknow. I know this. It's bad, but I know it. So you make the step to go to a new country, a new culture, and even with all the struggle, you try over and over and over and over. That's the right attitude, right? Most people are afraid to do that, and they go back, right? Or they don't
Yeah.
progress. I have to say, I'm impressed with your story. I remember there was one person I met a while back, and he was lost, and he called me. And I said, "You're lost." I said, "Where are you?" I say, I'm lost. I don't know where I am." I said, "What? Tell me the street name." Like he said, "Well, the street name is One Way." I'm like, "That's not the street name. One Way." He was like, "No." So I know what you're talking about. Like I know what you felt, and it's hard, and I'm glad that you went through that. And man, cultural shock is crazy. But I want to ask you a question. Do you have a lot of friends in Canada?
No, no, no.
No? Wow. I will assume you came across like someone that will know a lot of people for some reason. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I am introvert. I'm trying to be an extrovert. It's like it's really hard to make friends here. And I think at this age as well. Because I think when you are in school, it's easier to make friends because like everyone is forced to go to school. Like you have to
Right.
go to school. Everyone is forced, right? So there is no efforts. They don't have to do efforts to stay in contact with you. So it becomes natural to make like to like have like deep friendships. But after graduation, I feel kind of lonely sometimes. And the reason is like everybody is like, we parted ways and some people left the country, some people left the city, all those kind of things. Also, I think because it's an immigrant country, like especially Toronto is a more immigrant based like a city. So I think everyone is like so involved in their own life, like figuring out all the things by themselves. So I feel they don't really initiate and put efforts into like deep friendships. So I'm a person who is, I feel a lot. So I get attached too quickly. So I'm working on that though. So that's another thing. Like I'm on my healing journey right now and I've been working myself since 2025. That's why I told you like I have changed a lot even in the past 1 year. So I was like getting attached too fast and then I was the only one initiating every time, making plans to hang out. The other person is not doing it. And then I'll just keep getting hurt. And I just keep getting feel like, oh, everyone is mean here. They just wanna like I think, like shallow, how would I say? There is like surface level friendships and there is like deep friendships. So surface
Right.
level friendships is very easy because everybody is like that here and like very few people are there that want to make like deep friendships. So I have friends, but not a lot. Like I know a lot of people though. If I say like, if you ask me how many people I know, that's a huge amount. But if you ask me how many friends I have, then I would say maybe two or three. And if you ask me how many best friends I have, then I'll just say two.
Right. Look, this is part of the cultural shock, and that's what you're experiencing right now. Is that cultural adaptation. So let me ask you about India. How are people in India? Are there so there's different level of friendship, obviously. In every country we have those. So in India, people are more friendly, more attached. Are friendship more deep? Our family spend a lot of time together because
Yeah.
that's a lot of stuff that's one of the things that immigrants suffer the most is how in this part of the North America where the culture is not as someone might tell you, oh, this is my friend Claudio, right? And I love this guy, but you never hanging out with me. But you're telling people that you love me, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
In Argentina, we a friend you see them every day, and a friend is gonna say they love you. They really see you all the time, depending on what you need. We're like this, right? But here, you're their friend, but they're never hanging out with you. Like, oh, this is my good friend Claudio. But wait, we talked
Yeah.
3 times, dude. So how is people in India in comparison with Canada?
I would say it still depends on that thing, right? When I was in India, I was in school and then college. So I never really went through that phase like after graduation. So that phase was here. So because I was in school, so yeah, it was easy to make friends. But I still think like I think it's about it differs from person to person. Mostly people, I don't know, maybe it's this generation, I guess. Like people just prefer surface level friendships more. They don't want to get attached too fast. And like I would say like the friendships we see in movies, in dramas, I have never experienced that in my life. I don't know.
Right,
That's the friendship I want. Like the deep
right,
real one. So it was
right,
nowhere. Not in India, not in Canada.
right. You're not alone. Look, I've been in the US for over 30 years, and Argentinians are very family oriented. We are with each other all the time. We are like this. And we're loud and we have friends and then we get family and we like to spend time together all the time. So when you come here to a culture that is kind of, reserved, right?
Mm,
Lay back a little bit. It's hard. They don't, when we go out, when we spend time with family, we having a family gathering, we probably spend hours together. In the US, it's like 2, 3 hours and they go home,
mm,
right? And maybe you don't see them again for another month.
yeah.
So it's different. So if you were used to being your family all the time and you're used to that culture, you're
Mm,
gonna struggle here. But it's not that they don't like you; it's
mm,
just how they are. They're not even spending enough time with their own kind.
mm,
That's how it is. But if you're an introvert, it's even harder, right? You were an extrovert, it would be easier. But I think you don't come across as an introvert to me. You're more like you sound like an extrovert, but you were in India for so long. And you describing me your how you were before and how you are evolving into this new person. Sometimes we were too protected from our family and we are in this box for a long
mm,
time. And now you're getting out of the box, you're just getting to know yourself. And maybe this trip you made to Canada, the 3 years, this is where you're in discovery mode. And this is where you will become an introvert. I think you are the person you have. I see it. I can feel it. You got good energy. You tell me the story, and I'm engaged 100% in your story. An extrovert, we had a hard time with that, but it's a process. So I think you're in the way. If you were raised in a certain way
Mm,
because your family love you, it's normal that you now it will take a little time and you're going through the process to becoming who you really are.
yeah,
But I think you're an introvert, but it will take time. And this culture here is not, it doesn't help a lot. I want to be an introvert, but just keep doing who you are, because I think you have a lovely personality, and you will, I think eventually you will make a lot of friends. But it won't be the same though. It will never be the same. It will never be the same.
yeah. Actually, like I have done started doing one thing though. I have joined like meetups. Like my one of my friends recommended me like to install the Meetup app. So I tried that and I started going to a language exchange. So I think that after I've been going there, yes, I'm meeting a lot of people now. I didn't after graduation because like after graduation there is no place to meet people. You are working, you are coming home. That's it.
Right.
So I was thinking like, how will I meet more people? I need to find something. So I just joined that meetup and it's happened like every Saturday. So I don't really feel that kind of lonely ever now. The reason is like I'm so involved in myself now. Just like I told you before, like I'm changing myself. I'm working on myself a lot. So I think I have a lot of things to do on my plate. So I like to be in a balance. Like I want to stay home and work, and then I want to go to my workplace, and then I want to hang out too. All these
Right.
things needs to be balanced. So every
Right.
Saturday I'm going out, and I think that's enough for me for now. I think I'm okay because I'm meeting a
Right.
lot of people there, and eventually I'm making friends because I keep seeing them every week, right? So, and
Right.
some people do efforts for sure. Just like not everybody is same. Exceptions are always there. So some people are there who do efforts. And that's how I'm making like I think on a way to make like strong connections. So that's a good
Right.
thing.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about your family, right? You say already you miss your family, but how hard is for you? There's a grief that we go through, right? We have to deal with the separation from our family, right? How are you dealing with that right now? Because when was the last time you saw your family in person?
When I just came here, August 2023.
Okay, so it has been 3 years,
Mm,
right? 3 years. That is really, really hard. That's something that most immigrants are going through. That separation, not to be able to see them. They were very protective of you. You're used to them, right?
mm.
How are you dealing with that daily? Because I'm sure there's other immigrants right now. They're gonna be watching the show and they're gonna be like, how am Charlie's dealing with it? Because I struggle. It's hard for me to be without my family. How are you dealing with that?
So it's just like first of all, I have no option, right? I know like I cannot go back right now. Like right now I'm looking for a stable job first. And then I wanna go back for a vacation, like 1 or 2 weeks. So I just like the first thing is I talk to them like 2 times, morning and night, both times. So I don't really
Wow.
feel that like, you know, I don't feel the distance because we are talking for hours, morning and night both. So all three of them, my sister and my parents. So the three of them I talk to like I video call and then so it's like just like a direct I don't really feel distant, but sometimes when the time zones is like so different, like when it's night here, there is morning. When here is morning, there is night. So it's like at least we are when we like wake up, we see each other, and when we are going to sleep, before that we see each other again. So that's a good thing. And the only time I feel is like in my afternoon time, if I'm going through something, right? And I just want to tell them right away, I cannot. They are sleeping. There is no one. That time I just cry. That's it.
Right.
Also, like I think it's been 3 years. I'm getting used to that now. So in the beginning, I cried so much that now I feel my tears are gone. It don't come over that much. It's like even if I want to cry, the tears don't come out.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you want to smell them, you want to, I know video calls and it's all good, but sometimes touching them, smell them,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
is the hardest part, especially when sometimes when you're alone, right? But social media does make things easier, video calls, phone calls, it really does. So that's an advantage. But people that migrated many, many years ago when we didn't have any of this stuff, making a call was sometimes could be $300 or $400 just 1 hour call,
Yeah.
right? When I migrated in the 90s, I used to call my family in Argentina and it was like 1 hour, it was like $300 sometimes. So
Oh,
today we don't have that.
yeah,
Calls are
yeah.
free. You can
Yeah,
use
exactly.
WhatsApp or whatever. Yeah, it's weird, but on a way, it's good. It's good that we have technology. So, um, have you experienced any discrimination while in Canada?
I don't think so. There was a homeless guy. I remember when I was going in a subway, he was just yelling like, "Oh, I don't want to see a fucking Asian in front of me." That's it. And I think he was like drunk or on like drugs, so
Right,
I didn't care.
right.
But like the people who are sober, nobody did that ever. Luckily,
That's great.
yeah,
That's great. Now that's awesome. So you're working right now. You're out of school, right? You're not in school anymore. You're
yeah,
done.
not a school, yeah.
So what is your plan in the next 2 3 years? Right? Do you have a long term plan, a short term, whatever you can share? Right? Obviously, plans are private.
Yeah.
What is because I usually recommend people need to have a plan, right? Especially when you migrate somewhere.
So like, one is I'm trying to create my YouTube channel, like build my YouTube channel. So I wanna be stay consistent with that and build my audience. And actually, I had my YouTube channel before too. I started last year in February. The thing is, I think I got mixed up with my like niche. So I'm planning to delete that one and only go with the immigrant one. I was thinking like it was a little bit getting like I think algorithm was getting confused because one was like healing, like self growth and healing, because that's a big part of myself. So I wanted to talk about that too. But then I realized like maybe in the beginning I should not do that. Maybe in beginning just go in one direction. And I think like in this new channel, I'm only focused on immigration right now, like the life of an immigrant in Canada, only that. So I think it's growing faster. So
Right.
after I grow like those good audience, then I can start posting more personal stuff. But I think right now just focus on that. So one is YouTube. Another is I want to get a job in my industry, which is either a video editing job or a graphic design job because then I need to get PR.
Right.
So I'm learning
Yeah, I
French
think
too.
right. I think you got to know. So depends on what topic you want to do, right? You have to. That's it. That's the audience, right? So my topic is I talk about mental health, immigration, culture, all this
Yeah.
other stuff, right? And so that's my audience, right? If you're gonna talk about healing, which is a great topic, there's an audience for it, but you might not be able to have it all in the same. They have to overlap somehow, like mental health, immigration. They overlap in many things. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
identity, right? Identity issues. A lot of immigrants. That was going to be one of my questions too. Identity is something that we all suffer, right? Like how you identify yourself in a country like Canada because you're being from India. That's another thing. Like not feeling part of one place is a problem. So identifying with something is a problem. So I think you can have two channels or one channel if they overlap. All
Hmm.
my topics overlap within each other. So let's talk about identity since I brought that up, right? How are you dealing with that? You say you speak French, right?
Oh, no,
You're
I'm
learning
learning.
French?
Yeah,
You're
learning.
learning? Okay. So do you feel like you belong there or you don't belong there? How is that experience? Because belonging and know where you belong is a big deal, especially human beings. We like to live in groups, right? We like to feel like we're part of the place that we are living. So how do you deal with that? Explain what's happening to you. How's that? How you perceiving this? How you dealing with it?
So if I talk about India, I never belonged there. And that's the reason
Right,
I left here. So because I don't like the culture, I don't like how the society works. I don't like the how like there is no work-life balance. Like so many things I don't like about there. And that's why I wanted to leave. And Canada, I do feel I belong here. Like, if you really ask me, like, where do I belong, then I just feel like I don't belong on this earth, actually. Because I feel like I'm too different from everybody. So it's hard to find people who think like me. I'm like a very deep person. So it's hard to find people like me. So that's why I feel like I don't belong anywhere, actually.
Right.
So, but still, if you ask me, like from these two options, Canada or India, then for sure Canada. Because I was
Right. So
always exposed with that culture. I didn't even got that much culture shocks actually, because I knew it.
right. So not feeling that you belong anywhere, and you say you might not be from this place, right? So not belonging to a specific place, is that affecting you in any way? Does it affect you in any way, or does it affect you at all?
Oh, only sometimes when I feel like, oh, there is no one who thinks like me. So hard to find like-minded people. Otherwise, I don't really think about that much.
That's cool. I told you, you're magical. Magical in a good way, right? Someone that
Oh,
has good energy, right? Special. Look, everything you tell him is great. You're very young and you left your country by yourself. And I think you're very knowledgeable. Yeah, and that's powerful. And your way of thinking is powerful. So you say, I don't find someone to think like me because it's hard to find someone to think like you because you're better at self-centered when you think about stuff. You calculate it. You want to keep trying. You want to keep learning. Most people try to stay. They just do the very minimum. And I don't think you're that kind of person. You don't do the very minimum. You want to do more. And as you evolve, you're gonna do more. Right now, you are in the process of learning.
yeah,
Trying new things. But well, I'm glad that your goal is to have your channel. I think you have the personality to do it. I like talking to you. I like when I saw your video. That's why I invite you. That when people like you just for you without even talking, that's a good thing. I think you would do well. So if that
yeah.
helps on anything, I think you're gonna do well. I usually ask people, if they have any. Let's say someone from India watch this show, right? Or from some country where they want to make a step, they want to leave, they're tired of where they're living. What advice would you give them?
Okay, I would just say like if they don't know how the world works, like all the things that's like outside, right? Like learn how to like travel with subway or buses and how to do the grocery things and learn about their currencies too. That's a big thing. Like when I came here, the currency is like literally different, right? We have like cents and something in here. I remember I have an incident to share. The first time I went to the grocery, the cashier said your total is 49.50. I thought she's telling me my total is 4,950. I was like so like oh no, I was like, what? This much? And I just emptied my wallet. I was like, take all of it. I don't have any more. And she was laughing and she was like, no, 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 no. I need $49.50. The way she said made me think like, oh, she meant the like, I think, the point thing. I don't know how you guys say in America. Like, how do you say it? Is it 49? Like, if it's 49.50, how would you say that?
We can say 4,900. So if it's $4,900, we say 4,900. If it's $49, we say $49. If it's $1,500, we say 1,500.
Okay, so like
Right?
she said like it was 49.50. So she
Right.
she just told me 49.50. So I got
We say
confused.
49.50.
So yeah,
We
that's
usually say
thing.
it's $10.50.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why. So, like they should learn about the currency the in for from the country where they're gonna go.
That's a
And
good advice.
yeah, like
That's a good
and another
advice.
thing is gonna be really, really hard when we come here, it's really, really hard. There will be like many times, I would say thousands of times when you will feel like I wanna go back. But just like try to remember yourself why in the first place you left your country. Don't ever forget the reason. If you ever forget that reason, maybe write in a paper the reason I love that country and why I am here, why I chose this, right? Put that in the front of the wall and read it and always see where you can see it in the morning and the night, like all the time, so that you don't ever forget the reason why you are here. Like that's how I keep saying to myself, like there is the reason I left India. I want to become independent. I want to become financially independent. So I have become independent already, but not financially independent yet. So that's my another goal. So just keep
Fantastic.
trying to remember yourself, the reason.
Right. All those are good advice. I don't think anybody can prepare you for a cultural shock and going to a country they've never been, especially if you never traveled. But doing the stuff that you're recommending is good. It's good because you will learn it. You will, but it's really hard. Even when you go into a new country, it's gonna be rough. But the better prepared you can be, it will help you.
Yeah.
If you know the language, at least that, at a very minimum, learn some of the
Yeah,
language,
yeah, exactly.
right? Some
Because
of the
I think that's
language,
why English speaking country is the best to move. Unless you don't
right?
know another language, then that's okay. But like if your English is, I think for me, in English was the easiest to learn because I was exposed to it since very beginning.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, Angel, it was nice to have you on my podcast. I don't have more questions for you. A great story of courage, right? Of self development, right? Try to evolve as a human being and not looking back. And you're only in your late 20s. What a great story. And I hope a lot of young people that watch you, especially in India that want to make the step, they do it. I hope you get to see your family soon.
Yeah.
I
So
hope. And look, whatever plan you have, stick to it. I think that you have the personality. I think you have a very sweet personality. You well spoken. You're a good storyteller, right? So it just everything is great. I think you're gonna do well, and your family is gonna be so proud of you. Uh, Thank you for being on my show.
thank you
I
so much
hope
for
I
the
can
opportunity.
interview you another time. Maybe I can interview you like in another 3 or 4 months or 5 months or maybe later. Or you invite me to your show one day. And I'll be in your show. But
Yes,
right,
it will be fun.
thank you for being here.